Welcome back to the fields of Perthshire. The first dig since the thaw. And I'm out on a brand new permission with some serious potential. A local fellow Perthshireanian, if that's the right word to use, a Perthshire metal detectorist got in touch. We've been chatting on and off over the last 12 months or so. And Euan, the detectorist, has very kindly invited me out on one of his permissions. So we are right next to a Roman fort from the 1st, 2nd, 3rd centuries. It was apparently in use, and hopefully there might be some good stuff to come. So I'm not going to chat much longer. It's a stunningly beautiful sunny day, but it is cold and it is windy. We're at the tail end of a storm called Isha. So let's go and see if there's any treasures to be found. Oh, and I've forgotten my headphones. It's only taken me 10 minutes and we've got our first digger. 70, 71, loud and clear. A bit of lead or a bit of copper perhaps. And we're out relatively quickly. Right, time for the Garrett carrot. It's in my hand. Time for the glove off. It's oh damn, I thought that was it there. It's a bit of straw. Just threw it away. Threw it away and now I've completely made a mess of it. Somewhere there. There. Oh, it's round. It's round and potentially a button. Or a hammered coin on the first hole. Nope, it's a button. I think we've got a 4-holer. I did remember the brush. Can't believe I forgot my headphones. Too excited to be going out. Far too excited. Well, it's a 4-holer. It's pretty crusty. There would have been a maker on there, but long gone. And, well, probably 50, 100 years old. But we're off the mark. Had a few bits and pieces of tin can aluminium, just the usual. Nothing of amazing interest so far. 82, 85. And it's green and it's round. I think we've got a flywheel. We do. Yep. Yet another flywheel. So, agricultural machinery. 86, 89. But I am very close to the edge of the field and also a gateway, which does always make you think Coca-Cola, or since we're in Scotland, Iron Brew. But we're out. So far, I don't see a great big lump of aluminium. It's green there, I think. Yes. Well, what is it? It's another thing. It's another thing. Not quite sure what it is, to be honest. Let's give it a wee rub-a-dub. It looks fairly modern. And don't see any decoration. So, it's a thing. If you know, comment below. Well, I got another weird thing. What on earth is that? It's threaded. It's got a ball on the end. When it actually turns. So there you go. I'm going to push the mud out. So, what on earth is that? Threaded. Still turns. So it's probably brass. But I've got no idea. So if you know, comment below. A squeaky 84 to 90. Debatable. Debatable, but we'll give it a dig. Fields, well, there's not masses of signals, but enough to keep me entertained, keep me digging. Sounds a bit better now it's out. Highs of 93. Was that a bit of greenery that I can see right there? Might be. Nope, that's a stone. There's something. Silver-ish in colour. But is it silver? Curious. So as I say, there's a huge amount of history around here. Right next to a Roman fort, Roman road, lots of medieval history as well, medieval ploughing. Don't know what this is. Looks like it's got some old wood in it. So it's one of these fields where literally anything is possible, including a little bit of aluminium or stainless steel, which I've got no idea what it is. Oh, it's got a letter on it. A letter A. So, again, it's a mystery object. If you know, comment below. Well, the weather's turned, unfortunately. The wind is whipped up and it's raining. 49.50. Thought it was a hammered coin initially, but it's not. It's a 4-hole button. Pretty corroded though. But again, probably 50, 100 or so years old. The rain is pouring down. We got a 69.70. Not a great sounding target until it came out the ground, and it's a letter R. It's a bit of typeface. So in reverse, used for printing, you'd put this in a block, spell out a word or sentences, and roll some ink over it, and then press it down on a piece of paper. So probably 100, 200 years old, but a weird find to find in a field in the middle of nowhere. I made my way over to the corner of the field where there's some woodland, and on the other side of that is a Roman fort, but unfortunately because the ground is shaded by the trees, it's frozen solid still. But I got a bit of a debatable 84, and I think, not quite an imprint, but I think we've got a coin. First coin. First coin that looks like a penny. Now, is there any detail? It's definitely a coin. Well, good. I feel like my day is done when I get a coin. Soil is very wet, as you can see, but there is a head on there, and I think it might be Gorgeous George. But I'll clean it up and get back to you. Brilliant. There he is, Gorgeous George, 1 penny, George V. So unfortunately it's seen better days. It's a little bit corroded. There's quite a lot of moisture in the ground here, so clearly isn't conducive to good quality coins, but it's the first coin of the dig, and surprise surprise, it's George V, the most common coin that I find. On the back, Britannia is there. There would have been a date at the bottom, but it's completely toasted. But it would be sometime between 1910 and 1936. So, George V, the most common coin that we find in Perthshire. Brilliant! Just had a wee catch up with Euan. He's not had very much, just a few buttons and things, bits and pieces, a few bits of lead. And I said, well, I haven't had a bit of lead yet, and 2 minutes later, I've got a bit of lead. So, I haven't had a silver coin yet. Fingers crossed. Another one of these absolutely horrible windy showers has just moved in. We've moved into a different field, which is a former potato field. It's very soft, very hard going to walk in, but I got a 70 and I've actually stood on it because the head fell off my metal detector. I got a 70, we might have a coin. Maybe. It's either a spendable or it's a farthing, I think. And I think it might be a farthing. It is. It's Victoria. It's a Victorian old head farthing. Seem to be getting loads of farthings these days. And back in the day, a farthing was a quarter of a penny. Oh, weather's terrible. A quarter of a penny. So we'll try and get the bendy thumb on it and see if we can get a date. But because it's the old head, it's probably going to be sometime around about 1890, 1901. But I'll get back to you. Well, it's not Roman, but it is coin number 2, so I am a happy man. And I haven't had a Queen Victoria farthing, certainly not an old head, for quite some time. So a quarter of a penny back in the day, this would have, it would have maybe bought you a half pint. Maybe a half pint. But I think we were up to about a penny a pint by this point. And there is a date on the back, which is 1897, I do believe, and the back's actually pretty good. So a quarter of a penny. So you could have bought a sparrow at a market in London. You could have got 3 oysters and a bit of bread off of a street seller. So a quarter of a penny. Brilliant. Nice find. Nice coin. The weather is atrocious. I didn't film it, but I wish I had. We've got a barrel tap, I think, which kind of looks like it's got a bit of age to it. It does. It does look like it's got a bit of age to it. It's got that kind of bronzy sort of look to it. Let's give it a wee rub. So this is possibly off of an old beer or cider or even wine barrel. And look at the lovely patina it's got on it, which is what makes me think that it could be pretty old. Look at that. What do you think? Could that be old? Or is it not old? Well, I'm going to say it's probably a couple of hundred, maybe 300 years old, but if you think it's older, or if you think it's more modern, then let me know. But this was probably for workers in the field. You'd hammer it into the barrel, and as part of your wage in the old days in Scotland, you used to get alcohol. You used to get pints of what was often called light beer, or what's the other word for it? Oh, it's completely gone out of my head. But it was a low alcohol beer, and you actually got it as part of your wage. So you would earn, 7 pence a week plus 3 pints a day. So it was important to stay hydrated, and they drank beer because the brewing process killed the bacteria in the water, so it made it safe to drink. So there you go, small beer, that's what they called it, small beer, which was like a 2%, 3% alcohol. But you drank beer from the age of 2. So there you go. Happy days, nice find. Okay, 67 this time, bit of a ropey target, but we've got button number 3. Oh, focus. There we go. Yeah, button number 3, just a plain copper. But you can see the wee dent in the middle where the shank was attached. But, well, it's a find. There are a lot of bits of glass, but this one looks particularly weird. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a sphere shape, but it's not. It's a little curled bit. Well, no idea what that's off. But, well, it's a strange bit of glass anyway, isn't it? So there's definitely been someone dumping stuff here in the past. We've just literally gone from torrential rain and wind to almost flat cam. And just after I've got it out the ground, it's a 58. Might be another button. Maybe. Or a hammered coin. What's round? It's a button. It's another 4-holer. Plenty of them round here, isn't there? Is it a 4-holer? It's quite small. Nope, it's a 4-holer. It's a 4-holer with writing. We have got Murdoch. We get cow. Oh, get you in the shot might help. Zoom you in a touch. That's better. We've got cow and Murdoch, and they are based in Perth, which is the capital of Perthshire. We're just a few miles away from Perth. So there you go, we need to look them up, see when they were in existence, but I'm guessing it's probably around about 1900, 1920s, something like that. So, a wee button, number 4 I think. Okay, I can finally do a live dig again. 62, copper or lead, I'm guessing. And we're out. Get the old Garrett carrot. That's another button right there. Looks even identical to the last one. It might well be. I'll give it a wee clean up and get back to you. It is another 4-holer, but I can't tell you the name on it because it's the village right next to where we are metal detecting, just about a quarter of a mile away, so I don't want to give the game away. So it's a button and it's probably early to middle of the 1900s. Number 5 I think that is now. We are back. We're on a different site. We have come to a bit of pasture which Euan has had some hammered coins off. Didn't set the camera and the microphone up initially, but I got a signal fairly quickly. 57, and I think we've got something there which is kind of round. So I'll put this in the holder and then we'll have a wee closer look. Alright, let's have a wee look. Have we got a spendable 20 pence? Or have we got something good? Ground's a wee bit frozen. Well, it's definitely round. And it is a spendable 5 pence. I think. It is. It's a 5p. 1990. So there you go. Get myself down the shops. That's let me think. That's about 1/100th of a pint of beer. Lucky me. Well, it's a little bit miserable, so I think I'll do the summary at home.